Hello everyone and good evening. Welcome to Joanne's Kitchen. I thank each and every one of you for subscribing. To all my new subscribers, I thank you so much for choosing to subscribe to my channel. And thank you and welcome to Joanne's YouTube family. And to those of you that's viewing this channel for the very first time, even if you're just browsing through YouTube and you happen to land on my channel, go ahead and take the time to subscribe. I appreciate it and I thank you in advance. So hello again everybody. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. It's beginning to wind down. It's the last day. Back to work, back to school tomorrow. So that's that. Today's recipe is going to be, I'm doing something simple and not really a big dinner today. So I'm doing fried barbecue ribs. I was going to smother them, but yesterday before I left, I cooked smothered chicken stovetop, because I have a recipe on there with smothered chicken in the oven, but I did it on top of the stove. So I didn't really want it, and then I had some left over, so I ended up smothering that, well, warming that up for with dinner, breakfast this morning, along with some bacon and stuff. So anyway, I think I'm just gonna fry them and not smother them, since I already had smothered yesterday. Okay, so I'm doing smothered ribs, and I'm doing a cabbage melody, and I'm doing cornbread and rice, and that's it. That's going to be my dinner, and that's going to be this recipe. So you guys be sure to take notes, because this is going to be good. Y'all take notes so that y'all too can prepare this for your family and have them to enjoy it just like me and mine will, okay? So we're going to hop into the recipe, and I'm going to show you everything that you're going to need. I already have my ribs. I already done sliced them and cut them, because I try to save me some time. So I done cut them, I done cleaned them. Me and my husband got in here, we cleaned them, and we only thing I didn't do is season them. So while that's seasoning, I'm going to season them, and then I'm going to let them sit a little minute. And while that's sitting, I'm going to be preparing my cornbread, okay? So I already got the oven on, and it's on 330 now, so when it gets to 350, we'll be good. So let's get on to the recipe. Let me show you guys what you'll need for this recipe, okay? So you guys can see everything pretty good. Okay, now I have here some flour. This is what we're going to season it with first. Let me get the seasonings out the way. Okay, you're going to need some kosher salt. Now, everybody don't use kosher salt. Well, if you use sea salt or the pure white, salt, whatever kind of salt you use, that's my oven. You can use that, okay? I prefer kosher salt. And I'll be using black pepper, so you're going to need some black pepper. You're going to need some onion powder. You're going to need some soul food seasoning. If you don't have soul food seasoning, Larry's seasoning salt or whatever kind of seasoning salt you use will be dandy, okay? You're going to need some sazon. You're going to need some garlic powder. And last but not least, you're going to need some paprika, okay? So for our flour mixture, we'll now get ready to put these in the hot grease, and make sure your grease is real hot, okay? You don't want to put it in there and the grease is not completely hot. So you're going to need some flour, some all-purpose flour. You're going to need some baking powder, okay? And you're going to need some cornstarch, and we're going to mix both of these in with our flour, okay? So this is what you're going to need for that. So let me get me some, let me get me a scoop or something, so I can begin to put it in my bag. And I'm going to put a few pieces in here and shake it up. So we're going to get the bag. So there's 1 cup of flour. Well, it's not 1 cup, it's 1/3. I'm using 1/3 cup. But you know we're going to need more flour than that. So that was 2 1/3 cups, and this is 3 1/3 cups of flour. And I took my ribs, y'all, you know, like the pork spare ribs, right? I took those, and for this I'm just going to be using a couple teaspoons. I'm going to be using some tablespoons, I mean. So like I was saying, the pork spare ribs, I took those and I cut them into, and I'll show you guys how I did those so you know you can fry them. And so that's 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And I'm going to make it 2 tablespoons of baking powder, okay? Back in the cabinet that goes. Okay, now for my cornstarch, I'm using 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to make it 3. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. That's enough cornstarch. Okay, since I put 3 tablespoons of cornstarch in, I'm gonna go ahead and put 3 tablespoons of baking powder, okay, to do it even. So that's my 3rd tablespoon of baking powder. I'm gonna get flour on me. Okay. So we're just gonna seal the bag and just give it some nice shake so all our flour and stuff can get nice and combined, okay? And that's it. Okay. So we're gonna put our flour over here out the way. Now right here in this bowl, I have my meat. And see how I did it, y'all? I just cut them up like this right here for frying. And then they had like the meat store I went to, they had like these are pork spare ribs, but they like, it was like 4 in a pack and they was real long, and all I had to do is chop them and slice them and clean them, right? And they like this right here. These like the niblets, I believe it was called. And they already, see the little bones and stuff are already in them and stuff. And it was a long pack, and it was like 4 of them in a family pack. And they was real long, and I just sliced them, went down the whole niblet or the rib and just sliced it like that. And see, this another little piece of it right here, like. Okay, so that was come in handy because I was wanting to do some fried ribs, and then when I seen them like already kind of like cut, they're not country style ribs now. You know, country style ribs are more meatier. They're the pork spare ribs. Okay, so I'll wash my hands with that. So we're gonna get back in here. We're gonna season our meat up, okay? So first of all, I'm using kosher salt. This is just a habit of me putting a little, and I just do this really so that my seasoning can stick real good. So we got a little kosher salt going on in here. Okay, kosher salt. And make sure everything is nice and seasoned. Okay, so next I'll be using me some black pepper. So yeah, I thought these was gonna be real good smothered, because I sure wanted me some smothered ribs. But then I had all that stuff yesterday, that chicken, I had smothered chicken yesterday, and I said I didn't want to smother no more smother now. So my husband said, well, I can eat them fried. So fried it is. Okay, garlic powder I'm using. Onion powder. Okay, a little bit of sazon, just a little bit, because that's enough of that. And paprika. You can use much of this as you want. But I had already had salt in it, and I didn't want that sauce to add too much sazon and to be salty, you know what I mean? So, we'll just get this all nice and combined. And it'll be good, like if you're gonna do this right here, you can have it to sit for a little minute, you know, where the seasoning can run through it. If you got the time, you know what I mean? But we got a lot of good flavors going on. Okay, let me wash my hands, y'all. And then we're gonna get started on this cornbread. So while that those ribs are sitting for a few minutes, we're gonna get started on the cornbread. And I already have my oil getting nice, piping and hot. So we're waiting on the oil is already on. So while we're waiting on that to finish get good and piping and hot, we're going to go ahead on and start on this cornbread recipe while my oven is hot. So I'm going to move this over to the side and just let that sit. I'm going to cover it up with a paper towel and just let it sit. Okay. So the only thing I'm going to need for my seasoning is my soul food seasoning. Everything else can go back. Put the paprika back. I use the garlic with the soul food seasoning. Okay, so this is going to be for the cabbage. The seasoning that I'm using for the cabbage. Okay, so my cornbread. Let me show y'all guys. Y'all get a good look inside this bowl. Because, I don't know if y'all got a chance to see this recipe on Thanksgiving. But I'm telling you all that this cornbread recipe here is good. Okay. I ain't got no reason to lie. I ain't gonna lie. See, I just be fake lying. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep up with your lie when you lie. You gotta be a darn good liar. You gotta keep up, cause you gotta remember them lies that you done told people call you out on. You ain't saying this. But when I catch somebody in lie, I don't say nothing. I just say, well, you know, that person can't be trusted. But anyway, I'm telling y'all this cornbread is good, okay? So we're gonna need 1 egg. Got my 1 egg up in there. Okay. Along with the Jiffy cornbread mix, 1 egg. We're going to be using a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Okay, I'm going to put that. And you're going to need some milk. We're going to use 2/3 cups of milk. And this is the same recipe, you guys, that I used for the other Jiffy cornbread. We're going to need some sugar, so I got to get my sugar. Only thing is, we're not going to be putting no sour cream in it. Okay, so I'm trying to get the milk out of my refrigerator. I should have had it already out. Okay, so we're going to need 2/3 cups. The milk of your choice. I use 2%. If you use whole milk, skim milk, it's all good. Just you get 2/3 cup, okay? You're going to need 2/3 cups, so let me see if I can see. Okay, I'm right at that 2/3 mark. And we're just going to pour that in now, just like that. Okay, let me put my milk back, y'all. Okay. Now, you're going to need some bacon for this recipe. Now, I have some bacon in here that's been left over from breakfast this morning. I was going to fry some bacon. See, I got my bacon all out because I was going to fry some bacon. Then I looked in the microwave. I said, shoot, we got some bacon left. Ain't no need of me frying no bacon. This going to be plenty right here. Yeah. I fried it for breakfast in the morning. So you got something else you're gonna need. Now you got your Jiffy cornmeal. You got your 1 egg. Your 2/3 cups of milk. Right? We're gonna be adding some sugar because we're gonna need some sugar. And yes, Jiffy is already sort of sweet, but you want to sweeten it up a little bit more, you can. You don't have to use as much sugar as I've been using. My kids like it like that. So you're going to get you some bacon. And you want to fry your bacon up crisp, okay? Well, you know what? I just dropped a piece of bacon. I just dropped this bacon, but I'm finna wash it off. And put it right back up there. So make sure it's crunchy, okay? Your bacon is cooked to where it's nice. Can y'all see that? To where it's nice and crunchy, okay? So I'm just trying to crunch up the bacon right now. So when you cook it, you want it kind of hard. We're going to put this bacon in here because I ain't trying to keep dropping meat. Okay, so we're going to add in our 1 can of corn. And it's cream style corn, y'all. You're going to need that. So 1 box of Jiffy corn mix. Turn y'all back over here to the 1 box of Jiffy corn mix. Right? 1 box of Jiffy corn mix, 1 egg, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 1 can of sweet cream corn. It's gonna go right in the mix. 2/3 cups of milk. And then we're gonna, last but not least, we're gonna add the sugar in here. No butter. I'm just gonna take some sugar and just sprinkle over him. And we're gonna mix. Now, it's the second time. Oh, I'm missing something. Some cheese. Put just a little bit of cheese in there. You can put how much cheese you want, but we don't need it real cheesy, you know. It's gonna be cornbread. But it's gonna be good, y'all. I'm telling you. Then we're gonna spray our pan. And you're gonna put it in 350-degree oven. Until it comes out. Where's my, what I do? Clean. Okay. Now I'm just adding a little bit of flour in there. Look, it's a little too loose. I don't want it too loose. You can add some jalapeno peppers in here to have it like a hot, you know what I mean? I didn't have any. Some green onions. You can twist this and make it your own, to your own liking. You know, your own recipe. That's what I'm trying to say. You can start off one way and then gradually just like increase it. That's why I like to do my recipe. I like to try it one way, and I've probably been doing it that way for so long, and then I like kind of, okay, it's time to change this up. So I like to do things different sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I just like to think outside the box. Like do something that somebody say, that don't look like that'll work. And then it worked. Your creation. Okay, so I have my pan here. And I'm just going to spray that, okay? All you need is some vegetable oil. And I'm going to set this to the side. And I got my pan. Just spray it. You don't have to spray it real fancy, a whole lot. You know, just spray it. And that's it. Then we're going to come back and we're going to get started on. So I'm going to take this cornbread and I'm going to put it in the 350-degree oven right now. And then it's going to stay in there until it's done. And we're going to start cutting this cabbage up. So let me put the camera back a little bit. I'm sorry y'all to keep moving, y'all. Let me turn it down some. Okay. Get me some nice cold water here. I don't drink wine. I mean wine. I ain't meant to say I don't drink wine. I meant to say water. I don't drink water enough, y'all. I don't drink a lot of water. Now, we all need to drink water, but I just don't drink it enough. So I'm doing my kitchen I'm doing my cabbage melody. And for that, we're gonna need a green cabbage. So I have my green cabbage here. I have some bacon here, so I'm gonna take some of this bacon and fry it up, and then I'm gonna add my cabbage in it. Now I have some carrots here, shredded up. I didn't have any store-bought carrots that that comes already shredded. So what I had is the carrots like you'll buy, the little short baby carrots that you'll buy and put around the pot roast. I had those. So I took those and scraped them against my this right here, and I shaved my carriage with the little stick of the carriage like that. Not the long sticks of carrots, but the little short baby ones. And I had to rub them, and I got 11 of them, and it made this little pile right here. So I have that, and in here I have some peppers. I have some red and yellow and orange bell peppers you're gonna need to make this cabbage melody. And you're gonna need some garlic. I have some oregano garlic right here. I mean organic garlic. And I didn't feel like doing the fresh today. I didn't feel like chopping up, so I just did some out the jar, but it's still gonna come out good. And so we're gonna get started with our cabbage and our bacon. So I'm gonna go ahead on and turn my pot on. And I'm gonna chop this, I'm gonna start chopping this bacon up. But let me take this right over here. Let me get my ribs on. So let me put on a glove. And I'm gonna stick a couple pieces of these ribs in the frying pan. I mean in this pot, because we're doing fried ribs. We're gonna put a nice deep fry. Deep fry. I'm gonna do that last. Okay, so I'm going to take some of my flour and I'm going to stick it in I'm just going to pop some of it off of my grease. Okay, so I got to let my grease get back hard because I had it down on low while I was doing the cornbread because I didn't want it to burn. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of oil over in my other pot here so I can get that ready for my cabbage. So I don't need to cook like a whole lot of bacon. Just a few pieces. And I cook it like in chunks like this. Just drop it in there. So it just can be like pieces of bacon in there. You know what I mean? So we'll put the rest of this back. So I just cut it up like this. And you can do your bacon the way you want. I just like to have mine